Hello everyone, in this video we're going to learn how to do a parametric skin like the one in the Alba Towers using 3ds Maths. And for this we're going to be using the modifiers of morpher and volume select to create a volume that as long as we move it, the skin is going to change. So in order to do this we're going to create an hexagon in the splines. And then we're going to change the number of sides from 6 to 3 and the radius to 50 centimeters. Then we're going to use the edit poly to select the polygon and change the inset, increase it. And we're going to look for collapse space around here. We're going to turn the vertex on and the edges. So we're going to cut through the midpoints in each segment to create this vertex. And then we're going to select this new vertex and the edges, and the software will remember this selection for the next steps. So now we can go to the top view and select this and rotate it 80 degrees, and we make a copy and rotate it 180 degrees. Then we move it. Then we're going to copy this on top. We'll say 20 copies. Now we're going to copy again to one side. I'm gonna pick the one from the bottom and move it to the top. Now we copy this again, 25 copies. And we can right click and attach this to the rest of the polygon. I'm going to erase the ones that I already have, so it's easier to find which ones we're going to attach it to. So we select all of this and we attach it. So now it's all one. Okay, so now we select the vertex and we move then 20 centimeters, but let's say 20 centimeters down. Now let's add the morpher modifier and capture the current state, and let's call this closed. We'll go back to the edit poly, we select the edges and we are going to scale them between the X and Y to open them a little bit more. And now we can go back to the morpher and capture this current state as open. Make a copy of this. Now we create the volume that we're going to use to affect these states. We'll rotate it. And we're going to use the volume select, click on vertex, click on mesh object, and where it says none we're going to pick the dots. We go to soft selection, we change the fall off, we move the volume select beneath the morpher, and we change the close one to 100. So now when we move this, just a minute, increase the fall off. when we move this volume, it's going to affect the skin. So now we're going to follow the same process, but we're going to try to make the skin react to a daylight system. So we use the morpher again. We capture the current state on close. We edit poly, select the edges, we scale. We capture the open current state. And now we're going to rotate this. And we're going to use the edit poly before using the bend modifier. We are going to align this to our skin. And we're going to bend it on the x-axis until it's closed. A little bit more. And we rotate this back again. And now we're going to use a sphere instead of the box. We're going to use the volume select modifier again. We mesh object, we pick the sphere, use the soft selection, and you see the sphere is affecting the building. We change this to 100. We move the volume select. Let's change the default. So you see it's more closed on one side and more open on the other one. I'm gonna change this to 40. And we can invert this. And when we move the sphere, it's going to affect the skin. I'm gonna take off the invert. Now we create the daylight system. Set the location to Melbourne. And then we link the sphere to the daylight and we align them. So now, as you can see, the daylight is linked to the sphere, and if we picked the daylight and change the hours, it's going to move and it's going to affect the skin of our building depending on the day or the hour of the month. And that's it.